Hi guys! It's not Happy Wednesday today. I'm a bit earlier in the week. I got lots going on this week, lots of exciting stuff, so I wanted to make sure that I still got a video out for you guys. And today I want to talk a bit about abundance. Now, before I dive into it, I thought before I started this morning, I would open myself up and just see what sort of my guides, what ascended masters, the angels, whoever wanted to come through, might have to say about the subject. And I received a message that I'd like to share with you first. This is what they said. Abundance is every soul's God-given birthright. At our nucleus, we are all divinity. We are purity, a manifestation of divine love. It is purely a matter of experience that dictates our decline towards lack. It is those moments in our darkest of times that change our programming, to alter our perception, so that we believe in untruths, lies that tell us we are not worthy, we are not justified, we are not blessed. But I am here to tell you today, my brothers and sisters, you are worthy of all that your heart desires. You are worthy to experience the beauty and the bounty that this world has to offer. You are here to have a human experience, my beloved. So why would you not get to experience all that it is to be human? It is but a question of choice, a decision you can make at this now moment, to exist in lack or to live in abundance. Once you make that change, bring it into your heart and accept it as your truth, and the universe will align itself to your new state of being. Let it be. Yours in divine reverence, Lord Maitreya. Beautiful message. Thank you, Lord Maitreya. If you're not familiar with him, he's known as the world teacher. It's basically his job to oversee the development of this planet. He was an ascended master, and he knows a thing or two about what it is to be human and the human experience. And a really beautiful and poignant message from him. And he's absolutely right. It's our experience that make us believe that we don't deserve it for whatever reason. I mentioned this in a video a few weeks ago when I briefly touched on abundance, but and just to clarify kind of what I mean by abundance, I guess, before we go any further. Abundance is about having positive stuff happening in your life, really. Primarily, we tend to focus around it about financial terms because it's such a big part of our society. We have to have money to live, to exist, to be able to do things, to be able to experience things. So generally, when we talk about abundance, we're usually kind of talking money. But of course, you can have an abundance of love, an abundance of happiness, an abundance of friends, family. You can have an abundance of anything, really. But all of those things are part of the human experience and only enrich our experience by having them. And that can only be a positive thing. And lots of people say that, if you're on the spiritual path, that you shouldn't be earning money for it. You have to sacrifice your own material existence in order to live a spiritual life. And often people cite actually that Jesus worked for free. But the reality is that Jesus was unbelievably well looked after, and all of his needs were met by the universe, by the Ascend. That he was a member of the Ascend, and he was working with them, and they were looking out for him. He had wealthy benefactors. He was unbelievably well looked after, so he was able to offer his services for free. Many of us out there that are doing this path, we have bills to pay, we have rent, mortgages, healthcare, just because of this path and the way it's making us feel. The reality is we need money to survive, and there's nothing wrong with that. We talk about past of poverty, you know, like having to make a vow of poverty to live a spiritual life where you have to give up your material existence. But as, you know, Lord Maitreya said, just reread it, "You are here to have a human experience, my beloved. So why should you not get to experience all that it is to be human?" That's exactly it. You know, we're not here to be living in a cave or sitting isolated in a temple where we don't experience what it is to be human, you know, particularly us in this first wave of this ascension journey, where it's our kind of teacher role to help enable us, you know, grow the masses through this ascension process, to help other people wake up, to grow, to teach these people. We have to be here. We can't be off in some remote location where we get to meditate 16 hours a day. We have to be able to live in this life and hold a 5D vibration whilst we are amongst all the people living within the current civilization. And that requires money to do so. We have to be able to do it. And, you know, to experience the finest things in this life, again, that means more money. Unfortunately, we live in a society, you know, where food even is broken down to a level that's barely recognizable as food. You know, I'm sure everyone here will strive to eat organic and stuff like that whenever they can, but it's really expensive. You know, it takes money to do that. And it takes money to live well in this life, to live naturally, to live purely and as cleanly as we can. And you deserve to be able to do that. That's how we're meant to be able to live our lives. There's no, you know, God or angel or whatever that's looking down on us, judging us, thinking, no, you don't deserve to have these things. You're not allowed to have these things. They are looking at us with nothing but pure love, and they wish to see us happy. Because when we're happy, our hearts are open, we are in alignment with God, we are in alignment with our paths, and we are being who we are meant to be. They want us to be happy. And to do that, you know, we have to be able to experience the life that the world that we lived in, because it is a remarkable place, a beautiful place. There's so many incredible sites all around the world, you know, all these sacred sites, beautiful spots, beautiful locations. And we deserve to be able to go and see them. You know, back in the day in Atlantis or whatever, transport was much easier. We could get around this planet at a remarkable speed in comparison to how we are now. And, you know, all those things will come for us in the future. But right now, those things, again, involve money. And you have a right to be able to do all those things. Therefore, you have a right to have that money. And another thing that Lord Maitreya said was, "It is purely a matter of experience that dictates our decline towards lack. It is those moments in our darkest of times that change our programming, to alter our perception so that we believe in untruths, lies that tell us we are not worthy, we are not justified, we are not blessed." So, one of the classic ways we carry this, you know, obviously we have experiences in our childhood. Maybe it's like our parents' financial situations and stuff like that that can affect how we see money throughout our lives. But also, you know, our energetic fields don't reset when a lifetime ends. So we can carry forward certain patterns, certain contracts, certain emotionals, from lifetime to lifetime, and these can have a massive impact on us. So, for instance, as we were talking about vows of poverty before, you know, that vow does not necessarily end just because that life ended. So you can be carrying that for however many lifetimes until you overcome that challenge, or specifically to cancel that contract in that instance. But it's not even just necessarily things like vows of poverty. It doesn't even have to be specifically to do with abundance. There are so many things that blocks programs that we can be running that are related to this. So even just, you know, the classic self-love things, feeling that you're not worthy of good things in your life, feeling that you deserve to be punished, is such a classic one. And you could have that for so many reasons. And these, of course, will, you know, if you feel like you deserve to be punished, if you feel that you're not worthy, you won't be worthy, because of course we create the world around us. It's our projection of our thoughts, of our feelings, that manifest the situations in our lives. We know this. So even if you are sitting here going, yeah, I deserve to be abundant, I want to be abundant, if you've got those programmings running under the surface, you can be saying one thing, but then self-sacrificing, whether that's consciously, unconsciously, physically, or just energetically in the world that you're projecting, because those patterns, you want to be abundant, but you don't believe you deserve it for whatever reason. So you self-sabotage. And that's such a classic challenge that we face. And these things, these imprints on our energetic fields, all of us, we've had, hundreds, if not thousands of lifetimes probably at this point. If we are this far along our spiritual journey through our ascension to be awake right now, it's because we have prepared for it in past lifetimes. We've had lots and lots of lives to get us to our point now. And something can happen in a lifetime, and maybe it will take you 1, 2, 3, 5, 10 lifetimes to overcome that challenge. Maybe it'll take you 100 lifetimes to overcome that challenge, maybe even longer. And for you, it depends how important it is for your soul's evolution. You might have a lifetime and something bad will happen. You will take on something from that, and you would go, and when you're up in the higher realms, before you come back, then before you reincarnate, you'll go, I want to fix that this lifetime. But maybe it's not important. Maybe it's going to stay at the background, or maybe it's important for your soul's evolution that you experience that program for 100 lifetimes, to really kind of get a feel for what it's like to live a life with those restrictions. So you could be carrying this for a very long time. And of course, the moment that we're in right now, we are in this ascension process. We are right at the end of this particular phase that's been a deep, intensive clearing. And we are basically trying to completely purify ourselves, and we're trying to undo all of this programming in one lifetime, which is why it's so unbelievably challenging. And that is a huge undertaking to do. Normally it's a progression, and you'll have a number of lifetimes, and you'll be shedding in each life. Maybe you'll do 3 major things in one lifetime, and then you'll come back again, you'll do another 3 major things, and you're essentially moving towards one lifetime where you reach ascension. But this lifetime, we are clearing it all in one go, because we need to ascend within this lifetime, essentially. And when I say ascend, we are still going to be in a physical body. We're not going to float up in a beam of light or anything like that. But we're talking about achieving enlightenment, essentially, while still maintaining a physical body, so that we can create the new world that we need to create. So we are doing an unbelievably intense job of clearing this stuff. And that's really what this year is about. But as Lord Maitreya says, it is but a question of choice, a decision you can make at this now moment, to exist in lack or to live in abundance. Once you make that change, bring it into your heart and accept it as your truth, then the universe will align itself to your new state of being. Now, this comes back to what I was saying a minute ago. You can say, I want to be abundant, but whilst those other programs are running, you're not really truly going to manifest it. But our heart is an unbelievably powerful thing. When all of these other things that we're saying to ourselves, these programs, we're not worthy, we don't deserve it, all of these things, it all comes from the brain, right? And they're all lies. Our heart always speaks the truth, because there is nothing in there but love. So when we really want to make a decision, when we really want to make a change into life, in our lives, if we create that vision, we hold it with our third eye, and we bring it down into our heart, we can just focus on this and feel this. So just hold that feeling of wishing to be abundant. of knowing that you deserve to be abundant. You are worthy of being abundant. And feel that in your heart. Feel the joy and the happiness and the peace that comes with that. And just breathe in that feeling. And of course, as we're breathing, the oxygen is filling our blood cells, which is flowing around our entire being. It's flowing through our heart, which is pumping it around our system. It's going into our energetic heart centers, it's spreading. And just accept that as your truth. You are worthy of abundance. And just hold that there. Without any of the lies of the brain, just feeling your heart now. Know that you are worthy of abundance. You deserve abundance. You deserve to be able to do everything in your life that you can dream of. Money is just energy. There is no unlimited supply of abundance. The universe has no restrictions, has no judgments. The universe isn't there sitting there going, there's not enough money left in the universe, I can't give it to everyone. The universe is just like, it's just energy. You want energy? You're in alignment with energy. Here you go. Take it. Run with it. And just accept that into your heart. This abundance of beautiful, positive energy. And as you do this, the universe will fall into alignment with you. You will begin to change the world that you're manifesting, and you will draw the situations to you. And some of those may come with challenges as you are unraveling these programs. But accept them with gratitude because you know that it will lead you to a greater place. Just feel that. Hold that there. Because it is the truth. It's the God's honest truth. You know it in your heart. And don't listen to anything else. So, I want to do a quick shout out because this Thursday night, the 1st of June, I am officially beginning my 6-month workshop series, The Path to Freedom. And part 1, unsurprisingly, is all about abundance. And I'm really, really excited about this series. If you join me for my 4-part workshop series, I absolutely loved just being part of this continuous journey with you. And that's partly was my driving for doing this 6-month one, because I loved it so much I kind of didn't want it to end. And I wanted to do another one. And you may have seen my video the other week. If not, I'll pop the link down in the description, either down there or up here, depending on where you're watching. But I wanted to do this to really work through the biggest challenges that we face in our life, because this year is the turning point. It's the shift in the middle of this ascension process. We can really start moving forward, but it's time to let go of the old baggage. And abundance is one of these things. And it's the one that I wanted to tackle first, because it's the one that will then really start bringing change into our lives. And we are going to be working, Merlin is going to be our guide for this journey, but there's going to be lots and lots of other angels, ascended masters, many other incredible beings that are going to join us through this journey and helping us, assisting us along the process. But we are going to be working with a perfect divine blueprint for abundance. And with their assistance, downloading this within us to replace our existing blueprint. So our current one that we hold with all of the old programs, all of the old contracts, we're essentially going to replace this with a divine blueprint for abundance. Essentially resetting our approach to this so that we can move forward in a way that we can manifest with ease and really create the lives that we deserve to live. And we're going to be following this same principle throughout the whole series. And we're doing one of the biggest challenges each month. So we're obviously starting with abundance. We're going to do speaking truth, self-love, relationships, being on planet Earth, and finally being in perfect health. And I'm so excited about this. It's going to be such a great experience. So again, I'm going to pop the details for all of that down in the description below. If you feel like joining us, you can either sign up for the whole 6-month series, or you can sign up for the first 3 and the last 3 separately, just to make it a little bit easier for everyone. Thank you so much for joining me, watching this video today. If you've enjoyed it, feel free to like or subscribe or follow, depending on where you're watching it. I'm putting out regular videos every week now, talking about all sorts of spiritual subjects, about life, meditations, more channeled messages like today. I'd really love it if you came and joined me. And I really hope to see some of you on the path to freedom starting this Thursday. I just want to leave you again on one final message from Lord Maitreya. I'm here to tell you, my brothers and sisters, you are worthy of all that your heart desires. You are worthy to experience the beauty and the bounty that this world has to offer. And that is so true. You deserve everything because you are a beautiful, wonderful, loving, pure manifestation of the divine. And you deserve to be happy. So let's bring it to us. Sending you all so much love, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye-bye.